Justin Florio here from Patience and Consistency, and if you want to get a stronger posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, and upper back, and of course core, follow along with me today. We are going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off of 3 different movements. We are going to do 6 sets of each. All right, so to start off, sumo deadlifts, we're gonna go wider with our feet. We're gonna put our hands right on that knurling, chest nice and high, bring it right up to the top. We're gonna go 30 seconds here. This is not a quantity workout, this is quality, right? Slow and controlled, keep your chest nice and high, drive the feet through the ground and squeeze your butt at the top of every single repetition. When I do interval work like this, what I like to do is try to figure out a good rep scheme that I can do. You know, maybe 5 to 8 reps, good, and rest. Great thing to do in between these 30 seconds. You know, number one, if it felt good and you want to increase weight, throw a little bit more on. That's the greatness of doing intervals. You know, number one, it gives you a little bit more accountability, but it also allows you to put weight on if it feels good. You know, with these deadlifts, you want to really make sure you're feeling the back of your legs. Let's go into set number 2 here. Chest nice and high. Make sure your feet are positioned properly. Try to keep your hands facing you, right? Try not to do this mixed grip today. Shoulders down and back. When you drop it down, don't round those shoulders up. Keep the shoulders down and back. Keep them engaged that whole time. Really feel the inner thighs, feel your glutes, especially when you get up to the top. Almost think like you're driving your hip into the bar in that top position. Get one more, stay strong. Good. So a big reason why I wanted to do a barbell workout today as opposed to maybe like the bands or the dumbbells or body weight. You know, with the OEPD programming that I push amongst a lot of you, the idea is to get stronger. And I think a barbell is one of the best pieces of equipment if you're looking for something to introduce to your home gym. So if you have some space downstairs, I think a barbell is a great piece. Let's go into set number 3. Chest up. A barbell is a great addition to any home gym. Once you get the barbell, you can get some of these bumper plates. You can buy some cast iron plates on Marketplace. You know, with a barbell, it's one of the most original pieces of equipment out there, and you can do everything with it, right? You can work your upper body, you can work your lower body, you're going to be able to work your core. I'm gonna give you a side angle here from the sumos here, but this is a great piece of equipment that you can add on to your home gym so that you can get stronger over time. And I'm not saying that you can't get stronger from these body weight band, dumbbell, kettlebell workouts that I've been posting, but I think a barbell is just one of those things because it's so easily loadable and you're going to see progression over time. But I do like using those dumbbells and kettlebells over time because unilateral work is extremely important. So notice here, giving you that side view, chest stays nice and high. I also like sumo setups, the sumo setup, because it allows for a little bit more range of motion with the knee bend. Right, with a conventional deadlift, you really have to force like a little bit more of a stiff leg. So sumo, you're getting a little bit more quad activation as well, a little bit of a squat. You're also getting that hinge, so you're really working that full body. Keep those shoulders down and back. Good, drop it down. We're gonna go 2 more sets here, a total of 6 sets. Really, again, make sure you're feeling your hamstrings, your glutes. You wanna make sure you're feeling the right muscles. If you are feeling your low back, maybe take another interval off, take some weight off of the barbell, maybe put some blocks down on the ground, put some pillows, just make sure that you're not going down as far, so you would start from that top position and then slowly just work right down to the knee. Let's go into set number 5 here. Keep your chest nice and high, especially if this is just an introduction workout to you with a barbell. Always stay extremely light. Good. Focus on breathing. You're gonna breathe out as you pull it up. Nice deep inhale on the way down. 2. Nice deep inhale, breathe out. Good. You know, especially with this interval work, it's a great time at this point to pick up that intensity. So we just did set number 5. We're about to approach number 6. If it's felt good, you don't have any low back discomfort, you're not feeling off, you're not feeling lightheaded, right? Make sure you're keeping yourself upright. Let's try to push the tempo a little bit on this last set. Unless, and that's the greatness of it, right? We can either pick to increase the intensity, going more repetitions, or you can put a little bit more load on if you're trying to get a little stronger. But in my case, I'm gonna keep that same weight on the whole time, and I'm gonna try to challenge myself for at least 10 here. It's amazing what the brain can do. Stay strong. I'm not gonna talk your ear off on this set. 9. Get one more. Yeah, good, awesome, beautiful. So I'm gonna give you 2 options here for the next one. We're gonna go 30 seconds. We're gonna start to work more of the upper back, still working that posterior chain. Number 1 option is a little bit more on the friendly side for your low back if it's a little bit loaded up after doing that movement. I'm out of breath. Here we go. So next one will be a bent over row. And what I'm gonna do is almost like a landmine setup, right? I'm gonna come up to one end with the weight on the other side. I'm gonna keep this one foot staggered back, put my hand on my knee, and then just pull that collar in to my shoulder. Because we only have 30 seconds, I wanna work both sides. I'm gonna cap myself at about 6 to 8 reps. That was 8, good. And we're gonna swap over. Same thing, that foot where the plate is gonna be staggered back, and we're just pulling that collar in. 2. I'm gonna run a little over here on my rest, that's okay. 4. So now I know for next set, I can't do 8. I'm gonna do this variation on set number 3, but I'm gonna go into the next one here. So next one will be a bent over row, which is a very similar setup, and that's why I wanted to pair the sumo deadlift with this bent over row, because if we do conventional with the bent over row, it's a very similar setup with your feet. So for this one, we're gonna go a little closer with our feet, think feet about knurling distance, and I want you to pull it up like you're doing a normal deadlift. We're gonna hinge down, keep that chest high, and I want you to only pull the barbell into the body. Notice how my upper torso stays as stiff as possible, and I'm letting my arms fully lock out in that bottom position. I'm squeezing my butt. I'm also pushing my knees back a little bit so that I'm feeling the back of my legs. And I'm really trying to pinch my shoulder blades down and back and trying to get that big stretch on my lats on every single repetition. So you can pick and choose between these two, right? You can either isolate each side, do 5, 6 reps if maybe your low back is on fire from the sumo deadlifts, or if you just want to isolate each side. But if you feel good and there's no discomfort, then I would stay with this bent over row just to keep the intensity high. And again, you know, with a sumo deadlift, in theory, you should be able to go a lot heavier than you're doing with the conventional bent over row. So if you have to drop down and weight, that's fine. But maybe, you know, you're in a commercial gym and they have those preset barbells and you want to give this workout a try. So you go a little bit heavier for the deadlifts, of course. Always fight through. Good. Set number 3 is done. We are halfway there, and then we're going to magically work our core by doing barbell rollouts. And I do, of course, want to give you 2 different options for those. So a few points here. One, when you're doing the sumo deadlifts, I should have talked about this before, but you want to make sure that you're using these kind of plates so that you're getting that same depth, right? If you're using smaller plates, you can get really deep range, and I don't want you to do that. Unless maybe you have blocks underneath it, steps. We should really be feeling our upper back. Here we are on set number 4. Another fun thing to try too, if you're doing these bent over rows and you're not really feeling your upper back, maybe on set 5 and 6, you do those isolated unilateral rows so that you can really fire up your upper back. And even, you know, maybe you try this workout again down the road You start with those unilateral rows, one on each side, just to fire up the right muscle groups, and then you can go into the bent over rows. Sometimes it just takes a certain activation movement in order to really fire it up. And over time, you'll start to create that muscle-mind connection of like, oh wow, I'm doing bent over rows. I gotta really work that upper back. And it comes over time. Here we go, set number 5. Chest nice and high. You know, especially when you're taking that deadlift off the ground, still brace your stomach as much as you possibly can. Like I always say, pretend someone maybe like about to punch you or jump on your back, and you're trying to brace for that impact. Here we go, we're starting to get that burn. We've got this set, stay strong here. One more time, good, rest. We got one more set here, and as I'm thinking about it, with the grip on this one, again, just like the sumo deadlifts, I don't like to do this mixed grip. It's fine, especially if we're going heavier. You know, if you're doing the OEPD and you're just solely focusing on sumos, it's okay to do this once in a while to just, you know, to get rid of the grip as the limiting factor. But when we're doing workouts like this, I want you to really focus on doing double overhand so that you don't create any kind of asymmetries and you don't feel off balance. Last set here, stay strong, chest nice and high. I want you to really fight through this last set, and then we're gonna go into core. I'll give you the easier version, but make sure your chest is staying high. Pinch those shoulder blades down and back. Push those knees back, try to feel your hamstrings. You can either keep your chin tucked in, look at the same thing. You can look straight ahead as long as it's not bothering your neck. One more, good, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to work the core here. We've got 6 more minutes worth of work here. Number 1, I won't even pull the padding out. If you just don't feel comfortable doing what I'm about to do with the rollouts, what I want you to do is go into a plank position, arms fully locked out, and we're just gonna walk our hands as far forward as you possibly can, and then walk your hands right back underneath you. So from here, and I like this movement to pair with these, feel your stomach, walk yourself back. Of course, don't go to a point where you don't feel comfortable bringing yourself up. But I like this because it's almost like you're doing some lat work, right? Your lats are gonna stabilize in this position here, and you're getting your core involved as well. Let's try to get 1 to 2 more solid reps. Keep the hips as stable as you possibly can, and walk yourself back. Good. If you're up for it, this is the main movement that I want to try to push today. So we're gonna go some kind of padding, cushion, pillows, whatever you may have. Grab onto that barbell. Keep the same weight on that you were using for the rows, as long as it's off the ground and your knuckles aren't hitting into the ground. And this is a great alternative if you do not have a ab wheel, right? So knees stay down on the ground, push your toes to the ground, reach, let the hips come forward, and pull it back. So I want you to think, nice deep inhale through the way down, and then as you start bringing it back, you're gonna do that deep breath out. And here, just 5 reps, quality over quantity. Let's get 1 more if it feels okay. Good. And if you have to, especially when I do workouts like this with my classes, you can alternate, right? You can do the plank reach to the rollouts. You can mix and match if you have to, especially if you like variety. But what I'm gonna try to do is do 4 more sets here. I'm gonna shoot for 4 to 5. That's why I like to count on that first set. So I have a relative idea on what I'm trying to aim for each time. And it just kind of sets the standards right from the beginning. So here, big reach. And with stuff like this, with the plank, with the rollouts, you wanna make sure you're feeling your muscles, the proper muscles, meaning your core, right? If you're feeling your low back predominantly, I want you to take a step back. It's okay. We just, good, rest. We just dominantly worked your posterior chain, which requires your core to work. So listen, if you can't do all three of these movements, you know, do your sumo deadlifts, do the rows, go down into a plank, and just finish off with core 30 seconds on just planks. Maybe you couldn't do the sumo deadlifts, but you were able to do the rows and these, you know what I mean? Like, just make sure you're feeling the right muscle groups and don't sabotage yourself. Here we go. Set number 4. Really focus on breathing here. And if you're wondering, yes, the heavier weight on the barbell makes a difference. Because think you're essentially trying to pull it back into you. Even though it's acting as a wheel, it's still going to be extremely challenging. All right, guys, bear with me here. If you followed with this workout, you're doing an amazing job. We've got 2 more sets here. What a great introductory barbell workout. Work that whole posterior chain. I'm dripping sweat right now. It's only gonna take about 15, 18 minutes to work the whole backside, get you stronger, and just make you feel more confident, right? Here we go, set number 5. And I guess the other idea of these barbell workouts is to give you confidence. The barbell is a pretty intimidating piece of equipment. I can completely understand. Good. We got 1 more set. I can completely understand why you would feel challenged or maybe have some anxiety using a barbell in a commercial gym for the first time. So again, that's another great reason why an investment of a barbell for your home gym would be great. And you can build off of this, right? You can get a bench, you can get a squat rack. Once you have a barbell and you have a bunch of plates and a bench and a squat rack, the sky is the limit with this piece of equipment. Last set here. Stay strong. Like I said before, you know, 1 through 4 are great, quote unquote, warm-up rounds. Feel the movement out. 4. 2 more. Last one. Good. So I got about 30 seconds to talk here. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell for more notifications. And of course, if you're looking for one of the most sustainable and realistic strength programs out there, take a look in the description, click on the link, OEPD. It's a free ebook, 1 exercise per day. Again, it's one of the most realistic, sustainable strength programs you will ever follow in your life. I've helped hundreds of clients get stronger with it. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment below. Let me know how you liked it. If you did the workout, let me know how it was. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining in on this barbell workout with me.